This is your demo session where it's more of an introduction come demo where I will try to explain you what this AI stack course is all about, what it has in the curriculum, how it has been structured, and what are the new things which we have put in and why the industry trend is all about and why it is required like that way. Okay. But before that, let me introduce myself. So my name is Arpan Ghosh. So I have an overall 19 years of corporate experience, especially in the field of analytics itself. Currently, I'm the director of a fintech organization, and I've been associated with other organizations like Accenture, Glaxo, Sony Pictures, KPMG, and others. More so on that, I got the opportunity to work with multiple domains in the field of analytics like telecom, media, pharma, retail, and obviously finance. Along with this, I love to teach. So I've been associated with teaching almost like 3 years now with multiple organizations, not only Visualpath, but with Visualpath is almost 2 years now for me. And I'm their primary mentor for especially related to Gen AI, Agentic AI, AI stack, MLOps, AI ops and stuff. So I will be your mentor for this course, which you are going to start soon. And since we have a lot of people, so I'm skipping the overall introduction but hopefully generally what happens that the batches are ranging from college students to people who are very experienced. Okay, that's about me. The course syllabus has been designed by me, and why we have written as an AI stack, because we thought in the market you will go in different institutes where you will get specific courses which is bits and pieces. So this AI stack course is what is an all inclusive course which have all the component which is required for specifically for generative AI. Okay. And when I say generative AI, we have also included the agentic AI bit of it. We have also included the MCP bit of it. Along with that, we have also included the LLM ops bit of it. Okay. And I will try to help you out. What is at a very high level? What is this all about? Okay. So we all know generative AI, right? So generative AI is associated with LLM models, which has later moved on to chat models, and now multimodal models, right? So we have been always now I am sure you guys are using ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is an application which at the back end is an LLM model, which is a GPT. So chat model and LLM model, they are trained on internet of data. We all know that, plus human interactive data. Okay, so they are trained on human interactive data. That means if I create a chat bot, it will tell me, hi, how are you? Then it will tell me, hi, responses back, hi, what are you doing? And stuff like that. Okay. So human interactive. The primary objective of this generative AI application is about, content generation. So when you try to do a content generation, when I say any type of content generation, text summarization, language translation. Okay, these are the specific generic use cases. Okay, and a Q&A application, chatbot, and stuff like that. Okay. Now, these LLMs, we all know how good they are. We have different providers. They are obviously trained on a cutoff date, and that is sometimes become a drawback. That means since they are trained on internet of data, it is not possible to train on every day's data, right? So all LLM model, they have a cutoff rate of training. That means I cannot access recent data, private data, that means my own personal data. Okay. And I cannot interact with third party data source. Okay. That is why this agentic AI came into the picture to mitigate. So agentic AI is nothing but, in a very high level, we can say agents are nothing but LLM plus the tools. Okay. LLM plus the tools that forms an agent. That means this. What are these tools? There are some built-in tools and there are some custom tools which we can create. So these tools are just like extra power we give to the LLM application, so that, say for example, built-in tools is access to internet. If I provide to my application, obviously it can access the recent data, right? If I create a rack system, okay, with where my data is stored in the form of a vectors in a vector store, so I can access the private data also. Okay, so these tools are very custom and built-in tools are there, where you are giving, basically you're giving power to your LLM model. So not only to do what, to access, okay, power to LLM model to access the recent and private data, along with also access through an API. For example, if I want to find out the current weather, so I can call any API of that particular website and take the data. Okay, then suppose I want to check the current stock details or the price of the current stock. I can also call in any third-party API tool and get that information. So basically, that's why in a very high level, we will go in depth in our course, but I'm just giving today in a very high level that what's the classical difference between Gen AI and Agentic AI. I am just integrating an additional tools to my LLM, where this I only have the LLM or the chat models. Okay, so that is what the Agentic AI does. And then this is a new term which is called the model context protocol. Okay, this was developed by Anthropic. This is just like OpenAI. Anthropic is also a service provider, where we will understand there is a concept of client and server interaction. I'm not going very depth today because we'll learn in this, because it's a complex architecture which works. So client and server. So basically, I have an host. Inside the host, I have a client. That client will interact with the server. These servers are nothing but the tools. Okay. So this host will have my LLM and this server will have the tools. Okay. And how they interact, how they talk to each other, the client server interaction, architecture, life cycles are there, so that we will understand, which is a very popular and upcoming concept in the industry. They need people who knows the MCP concept, which comes under Agentic AI. But since Anthropic has developed this, now MCP, you can create your own server, you can create your own client, and then you can talk to each other to take the services of these tools which is present inside the server. Okay. Okay, along with that, what is the LLM ops? Once either I have built the GenAI application, Agentic AI application, or MCP based application, once you deploy into production, once deployed into production, you need to monitor, monitoring, observability. Okay, so all these, how the model is performing, all these needs to be done, and that is part of, just like you will in machine learning, you will have MLOps. Similarly, in LLM, in AI, Gen AI and AI stack, you will learn about the LLMOS, especially using Langsmith as one of the framework which provide an easy integration to other framework of LangChain, where you can use Langsmith to visualize and monitor, just the way you monitor the performance. It will help you to visualize and monitor the performance. Okay, so this is in a nutshell. This overall package of AI stack has been built up, and I will go in the module wise. You can see day wise stuff in the website, but this is what I hope no, very high level, the bifurcation between Gen AI, Agentic AI, MCP, and LLM ops. So this is an 80 hours session, 1 hour per day. Monday to Friday. Okay. First thing first. Prerequisites. Let me tell you the prerequisites is there. Technically, there is no prerequisite because why? If we will be starting from Python itself. So even if you have a coding knowledge, if you don't have a coding knowledge, there is no specific technical prerequisites. Only prerequisite is you have to join every day whenever the course is happening through your laptop, preferably personal laptop, because we will be creating virtual environment, we will be importing few libraries, coding we will do. So as you know, office laptop might have an issue. Also, you have to share your screen. Don't feel shy to share your screen, because the way I teach, I ask any one of them randomly to share your screen. I will guide, I will provide the code, explain the code. You guys will be coding that. Then the other person will be following it. So live coding, hands-on, that is the how we do. So you should be able to share your screen. This is the only prerequisite. Configuration wise, your basic laptop configuration is more than enough. I mean, basically everybody has an 8 GB RAM, 256 or 512 GB hard disk. So your basic laptop configuration is more than enough. Okay. Now coming to the curriculum, as I said, no prerequisite in terms of technical knowledge. We will start with Python. So we will start with the basics of Python and move up to the essentials of Python. That means whatever is required for this course, basically from your data structure, Python basics to your OOPS concepts, okay, function creations, okay, for loops and all. These are all we will learn, okay. After that, we will start with our NLP. Okay, NLP is one of the component called natural language processing of your data science, because we will understand from where the source of our Gen AI evolution. So basically the source is from text processing, because model does not understand any text. So how text is converted to vectors. So we will start from there. So pre-LLM era. So we will understand two concepts here, pre-LLM and post-LLM. Okay, how the embeddings are generated. Okay, then we will start with the architectures. These two topics, NLP and this, important for your interview purpose, especially first round of interview. When you are, they will ask you to take telephonic round and they will ask you conceptual question. These architectures which led to the development of LLM model. For example, LSTM, we'll start with LSTM. We'll go to encoder, decoder, transformers, and then obviously the LLM. So these architectural fundamentals or working principles of this framework we will understand here, okay, in these architectures. Okay, once we are done this, then we will move into our LLM, especially using LangChain as our framework. Okay, we will use LangChain as a framework, main framework of coding, and we will understand all the components of LangChain, which includes what is the chain, runnables. Okay, don't get worried about these jargons, but what I meant to say, each and every concept of LangChain coding wise we will do, so that we'll create applications using LangChain. Okay, how to invoke an API model, no API based model, basically GPT models, Gemini model, Anthropic model, Llama model, all these type of models we will use either through API call or from downloading from open source, just like Hugging Face is a repository. Those things we will do. We will understand RAG, what is RAG system, how to create RAG application, everything we will understand using again LangChain framework with vector stores. Like we will use basically Face, that is an open source, ChromaDB. So these things we will use practically, okay, while creating the application. After that, we will move into agentic AI. Okay. Obviously, in between, we will understand. I'm just giving a very high level modules. In depth, you can go to the website and check. We will also understand prompt engineering. Okay. Those are all small topics which we will understand. Prompt engineering, metrics associated with evaluation of these models. Okay. Ethical AI, that is your guardrails. How to create application with guardrails. All these things will small topics which you will learn. Okay. Although prompt engineering is a not small topic, but yeah, rest are metrics, ethical AI, how to put guardrail, they are small topics. Agentic AI, again, a very big module where we will understand how to create workflows, how to add these tools, and specifically you will use both framework. One is LangChain and one is LangGraph. Okay. Once this is done, again we'll move into MCP. This is an important model context protocol. We will create servers, we will create clients, we will understand the architecture, we will understand the life cycle of MCP. Okay. So all these things we will understand because it is a server client concept. Server is connected to client. Okay. And how client is interacting with server and server is responding it back to the client. So it's a server client concept that we will learn. Then we will see LLMOps. Okay. We will also understand Docker. We will also understand Git. Okay. Because that will be part of my deployment. And then obviously after that we will move into our projects. Okay. As I said, there will be 5 projects. These 5 will be deployed to Streamlit Cloud. Okay. And if I bifurcate this 5, 2 will be RAG based, 2 will be agentic AI based, and 1 will be Gen AI based. Okay. So that is how it will be there. There will be some assignments. Periodic assignments will be provided to you. Okay. So that to assess your, just like your homework and assignment stuff. Okay. Apart from that, apart from the 5 projects, which will be common project for everybody of you, domain specific project will be assigned to you as a part of this assignment also. So you have to complete this domain specific project. That is which domain you are working on. You have to find out a use case for that, and that domain specific projects will be assessed once you complete this. Okay. This is over and above your course duration because this domain specific project might require time for you. So over and above, because how we will get connected post this session, I will tell you. Okay. So this is over and above where domain specific projects will be done. Okay. No cloud specific service we will use apart from the free cloud, that is Streamlit. Streamlit cloud will use for deployment. Okay. Yeah, that is all the overall curriculum is all about. Okay.